Hello everyone, welcome to T's World of Beautiful Ideas. You are tuned into our Money Wednesday, okay? Today's title is Buying a New Car Every 3 to 4 Years. Yes, there are those people that actually buy a new car every 3 to 4 years, and if you're one of them, you still are welcome to use your own discretion, because a luxury expense is a discretionary purchase that is not necessary for basic living or for survival. Okay, so if you still want to continue with it, it's okay. If you want to make changes, it's also still okay. All right, majority of the time when people change cars every 3 to 4 years or buy a new car every 3 to 4 years would be because they are genuinely car lovers. They would love to explore as many different cars as they can, because they enjoy doing that. Like that show that was called Car Talks, something along those lines. Those people would explore different cars and the different features that different cars have, and it's a fun thing to do, right? But it does not become so much of a fun thing to do if it's now taking so much money from your pocket, okay? But yeah, for some people, they don't mind, having their money go in that direction of buying a new car every 3 to 4 years, simply because they genuinely love exploring new cars, okay? And having that experience of a new car every so often, just trying new cars out. The second reason that some people buy new cars every 3 to 4 years could be that one's image is kind of tied to a new car. So majority of the time when they have a new car after 3 years or after 4 years, they get so much respect from people, right? So that speaks so much to their self-image, their validation. So yeah, that could be one of the reasons why people, or some people, buy cars after every 3 to 4 years. The third reason could be that it is an emotional buy. Okay, an emotional buy is one where a person makes a purchase based or as a result of an emotion that they're experiencing at the time. Maybe they're in a very bad situation, but they don't want to deal with that situation, and instead of dealing with that situation, what they opt for is actually to buy something, and that something happens to be the car, right? Emotional buys are actually quite a trap towards your wealth creation. You really need to look into them, because piling up problems or piling up things that you do not deal with and indulge in emotional buys, it's not doing you any good, because you get instant gratification, and 2-3 years down the line you still are stuck with those emotions or with those memories or those traumas, right? So it would be best that you look into that and start dealing with emotional buys as soon as you can. All right. Yes, so those are the 3 reasons that I can come up with right now that make people enter into getting a new car every 3 to 4 years, okay? It is said that dealerships have actually convinced you that financing a depreciating asset on repeat is what adults actually do. However, that is actually one of the biggest wealth destroyers that is hiding in plain sight. And if you would like to break that chain, or to make changes in your life and focus more on things that you would like to do, which would help you create more wealth than putting your money into depreciating assets, please go ahead and check one of our videos where I was talking about the irony. In the video, it's actually showing cars, but yes, do check that video out where I'm talking about different categories of investments that you can explore which would, help you create more wealth and invest money into appreciating assets instead of investing your money into depreciating assets such as cars. Okay, so I hope this is helpful for somebody. This might just be a message for you or for me. At whatever point in our lives we may need this information, it's better to get information and make informed decisions than not to have it and need it in your point of need, right? This is T's World of Beautiful Ideas. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week on our Money Wednesday luxury expenses that the society has normalized. Okay, you can break that chain of those luxury expenses and just become somebody that develops themselves with financial literacy information and create wealth for themselves and for the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. Okay, yes, let us meet next week, and bye for now.